everybody, welcome to Downward Dog Rising. It's Tracy. I'm going to give you a yoga core workout session today. So join me and let's have fun. Alright, let's start. We're going to start off all four position, hands and knees. Basically, we're going to do cat-cow to warm up our spine. Exhale. Inhale, head away from tailbone. You're going to exhale. And then inhale, head away from tailbone. Stretch. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And last one. Alright, okay, next exercise. I'm going to have you extend your opposite arm, your opposite leg. And now, we just did cat-cow. Think of doing your cat. Round your low back. Exhale as you reach under that arm. Inhale apart. Exhale. So we want to strain our obliques. Wrap those ribs. Bring out the wet sponge. 8. And 7. And 6, 5, 4 more. Keep using your core. 3, 2 more. Good. We're going to switch sides. Keep your 2 hip points straight towards the mat so you don't lose your balance. That's a trick. So you stay stabilized. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Sometimes one side's weaker, so it's harder to balance. Focus, wrap those ribs, bring out the wet sponge, sides waist. Breathing in, exhale. Stretch apart, lengthen. Five. 4 and 3. 2 more. And come in. Okay, next we're going to work our core by doing a plank. Curl toes under. Drop pelvis so you're aligned. Now just take knee in, take the leg out. Knee goes in. Leg goes out. Hips align. Core is strong. And 6. Draw the knee in. Stretch. And 5. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Good job. Now from here, turn to your side. We're going to take our legs and just stack them one over the other and just hold. And 6, 5, and 4, and 3. Collarbones wide. 2 more. Gently lower down. Cross the top leg over the bottom, and then we're going to press up, hand under your shoulder, work on your alignment, and then once you lift, we're going to do a little modified plank. Hold, and 6, 5, and 4, 3. Now we're going to take hand behind head and neck, bring that bottom knee, open collarbones, bring that bottom knee through. Want to strengthen your obliques. 7, and 6, 5, 4, chest open, 3, 2 more, and last one. Awesome. Come in, reach for your ankles, And just stretch to the side for a moment. Lengthen sides of waist. Little traditional mermaid from Pilates. Stretch, lengthen that side. Come up. Switch legs. Come into your modified side plank. Bring elbow directly under your shoulder. Then you're going to extend your legs straight. Stack your ankles. Hips and pelvis are stacked. And hold. And 8. Collarbones wide. 7. Hold. Work those bottom obliques. 6. And 5. 4. Hold here. And 3. And 2. Gently lower to your mat. Take your front leg cross. Place foot flat on mat. Align your wrist, elbow, shoulder for greater distribution of weight evenly across shoulder girdle and your back. Now we're just going to lift up into our modified side plank on the hand. So different ways to do side planks. I modified this one by bending the front knee. Okay, next, hand behind head and neck. Let's work those obliques. We're going to lift our bottom leg up and reach through. Breathing in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Open shoulders, chest. Open. Inhale. And exhale. I saw something moving over there. 5. Chest is open. 4. And 3. This side's hard. 2 more. And last one, chest is open. Come in. Woo! I'm on a down slope. Made it really hard for my bottom obliques. Stretch up. Grab your ankles. We want this whole side of our ribs to open. Breathing in, breathing out. Get those ribs to open. That side line to open up. Stretch your spine out long. Looking at the time. So we're going to go into our downward dog. I'm going to go this way. It's a little easier. So you're going to curl your toes under. Palms push out. Lift knees. Gently keep pulling your breastbone forward and through. I want you to feel like your 2 sits bones reach down to the mat behind you. Pull your sternum, your breastbone forward and through, opposite direction. We want to have those 2 lines of energy going down the spine, down through the legs, pulling apart, creating maximal length in our spine. We're going to do 3-legged dog. Hips are squared. Let's take that leg straight up behind you. Now from here, take a step to the right corner of your mat. We're going to start to prepare for a dragon pose. We're going to kind of laterally shift our foot out a little bit, just starting to warm up our hips. Spread fingers wide, walk hands to the inside of your foot. Gonna hold here for a moment, get this nice hip flexor stretch, quad stretch, piriformis glute on that side. And breathe. Keep that spine reaching long. So we're going to take our back knee, place it on the mat, place the top of your foot on the mat, start to laterally rotate your leg a little bit more, roll onto the side, pinky toe side of your foot. And we're going to gently stretch our spine on a long inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, coming to our forearms. Getting a little deeper stretch in our hip and our glute. So you're just on that pinky toe side. Hip points straight that way. And breathe. It's good if we can release tight hip muscles. Listening to the sounds of the forest. Doing our wing dragon. Let's take another deep inhale here. Slowly we're going to press up to our hands. Walk your foot in between the two hands. Next, take it into a lunge. Now we're going to walk it into our plank. And just hold your plank. 10 and 9. Strengthen your core. 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, and 3. 2 more. Now we're going to slowly shift into our down dog. Pull your spine in opposing directions again. Really stretch your body apart. Think of those arm bones rotating outward in your hip sockets. Feel the backs of those hamstrings lengthen. Sits bones reach behind you towards the mat. One more deep inhale. Walk your hand to the left corner of the mat. Walk your foot, I should say, to the left corner of your mat. Walk your hands to the inside of your foot. We're going to start to laterally rotate that leg outward a little. And let's just hold it here so you can get a nice stretch through this hip flexor, front of the quad. As we go into the other lateral glutes, piriformis. Make sure your two hip points are squared straight ahead of you. Just going to stay here for a second and breathe. With those hips open. One more deep inhale here. We're going to place our knee on the mat, top of foot on the mat. Laterally rotate this whole entire thigh externally. Roll onto pinky toe side of foot. Hip point straight ahead. If you want, you can come down to your forearms. Getting a deep stretch in those lateral hip rotators in your glutes, piriformis. Breathing in, breathing out. Wing dragon. Just breathe into any tense spots. Release any tension with your exhalations. Tension with each exhalation. Keep lengthening breastbone forward and through. Stretch that spine long. Now take another deep inhale here. Slowly, we're going to walk our hands up. Back toes curl under. Go into a lunge here. Slowly press into hands and knees. And now we're just going to come down into a Balasana rest pose. Hips back over heels. Stretch those sits bones behind you. Pull your breastbone forward and through. Keep lengthening your breastbone forward and through. One more deep inhale. Get that spine to stretch long. So we're going to bend our arms, shoulders away from ears, lengthen through sides and neck. Tailbone stays lengthened. We're going to come into a dolphin. Forearms are on the mat. Curl the toes under, drop your pelvis. You're going to rise up, look towards the knees. Think of those ribs wrapping around. Exhale, come back in. Look towards the knees. Come back in. Abdominals draw inward. Keep the spine reaching long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Knit those ribs together. And 6, spine is long. Core tightens in. 5 more. Use your core. And 4, spine is long. 3, 2 more. Look towards knees, lengthen neck. And last one. Look towards knees, lengthen neck. Come back in. Now from here, we're going to stretch our legs in front of us. And then your sits bones ground down into the mat. They're rooting down. And we're just going to lengthen, arms to sky. Feel breastbone. Lengthen, feel collarbones wide. We're going to hip hinge over the front of our thighs for caterpillar. Reach for your shins, your ankles, your toes. If you can, grab outside edges of your feet. You could even use a yoga strap around your feet. Lift sternum, breastbone up, hip hinge. We're going to stretch over the front of our legs. Hold it here. Breathing in and breathing out. You can flex your feet for a little deeper stretch through the lower legs. Feel it up the back of the thighs and your hamstrings. Keep stretching spine long. Want our low back to stretch, hamstrings to lengthen. If you have any tightness, just inhale, greet it, meet it head on. Gently feel it release. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One more deep inhale. Slowly we're going to make our way up. From here, take your hands, fingertips turn away from you. I want to tighten our abdominal wall in. Press our heels into the mat, and I want you to do a reverse plank. So we're going to rise up, press heels away, collarbones open. We're just going to stretch one leg up and bring it down. Greet glute to heel, lengthen. Feel those glutes turn on. Two more. Draw those two hip points together in front. And one more time. Lift pelvis and gently release. Good job. Shake out those knees. So we're going to take one knee over, top knee goes over the bottom knee. We're going to do a little half shoelace here to really stretch out our hips. And think of just stretching up. We're going to stretch over our legs. Right knee crossed over left knee. Flex your foot to protect knee integrity and hip integrity. So half cow face. Feel like you can lengthen through the thoracic middle back so we don't round the middle back. Hinge from the hips. This is a great hip opener. Lateral hips. They tend to be tight if you do a lot of running, cycling, martial arts. You gotta always work on stretching, hiking. One more deep inhale. Slowly come up. We're gonna do the right arm under Garudasana arms, eagle arms, and just get a nice little stretch mid-back between our two shoulder blades. So just sit tall for a moment. Elevating the arms in front of shoulders, lengthen up. Stretch across your mid-upper back and your shoulders. One more deep inhale here. And gently release. Next, take your leg that's crossed, place the bottom of your foot against the mat, and I want you to really stretch, sit tall through the bottom of your pelvis. We're going to gently just rotate. We're going to take that arm to our shoulder. This other hand is going to go right down. Stretch top of head away from your tailbone. And breathe. Feel how your collarbone opens. Stretch that center part of the shoulder blade down your back. Expand laterally. One more deep inhale. And gently release. Good job. We're going to uncross. Shake out the knees. Now, we're going to do half shoelace on the other leg. So you're going to cross that ankle. That knee over, top knee over bottom knee. If you're tight, you can always modify. It could look a little different. Stretch sternum right across that knee, lengthen up. And we're going to hip hinge over our leg. You could flex this foot for a deeper stretch. Hip hinge forward, keep stretching your sternum, your breastbone long. If you want a deeper stretch, grab your foot. Keep lengthening through sternum, through your breastbone. Want that low back to stretch as well as the hips. And your hamstring, that bottom leg. Feel the hips release with each inhalation. Nourish that area. Exhale. Go a little deeper when you feel the give. Keep the spine reaching long. One more deep inhale. And slowly we're going to rise up, sitting tall, sink down into those sits bones. We're going to do Garudasana, eagle arms, other side. Take that left arm underneath, palms together. You're going to gently just stretch those arms out in front of your shoulders. Sit tall. Sink into your sits bones, through the bottom of your pelvis. Just rise up through the top of your head, lengthening that spine. Those shoulders release, mid-upper back. Keep lengthening up. One more deep inhale. And gently release. Awesome. Releasing your arms. Take your knee. That foot is going to press down against the mat. Stretch up, lengthen to top of head. Rotate towards that knee. Take this arm, stretch back under that shoulder. Open those collarbones. If you want, you can either wrap the leg and have that arm reach up. Open those collarbones wide. Sit tall, breathe. Feel sides of ribs expand, sitting tall. Little rotation here, spinal twist. Keep rising up to top of head. Sitting tall. And one more deep inhale here. And gently release. All right. So next exercise that I'm going to take you into, if you lie on your mat, I'm going to have you stretch your shoulders for a moment. You're just going to have your fingertips point to your shoulders, elbows to sky, and release. Do this several times. Feel spine long on mat. Your feet are hip width apart. Here's modified to get your shoulders to stretch more, opening the shoulders in the front. And you could come down, it's okay. Hi. We're going to go into a wheel, which I'm going to do a back bend really fast. I'm not going to stay in it. It's contraindicated if you have glaucoma. I just want to stretch my spine. You press your palms down into the mat, fingers face your shoulders, arms close to your body by your ears. Press into all four corners of your feet. Draw your abdominal wall deep into your back. Press into your hands and your feet, hips to sky. You could stay here for a few breaths. I'm going to come right back down by folding my elbows, drawing my chin in, lengthening spine into mat, and then I just curl up, reaching under my knees. Breathing in, breathing out. If you're still up in your wheel, gently start to drop your hips, draw chin in, drop all the way down, slowly peel out of it and come up like this. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades, inhaling and exhaling. Excellent. And then from here, we're just going to take our legs to the mat for a little Shavasana. We're just going to end our practice. Just let your back sink into the mat. Just let the earth support you. You don't have to do anything, just relax into your mat. Feeling centered and grounded and peaceful. Centered and grounded and peaceful. You can stay here as long as you want in your Shavasana. When you're ready to come out, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Gently, we're going to turn to our side. Press up to a seated position. Come into easy pose, your Sukhasana. From your Sukhasana, we're just going to do a little side stretch. Inhale, exhale. Collarbones open a little for a deeper stretch through those ribs. Breathing in, breathing out. Really open up the sideline. Back to the front, release. We're going to do lengthening up, little side stretch. Get those ribs out of the hip to open a little more, a little rotation up, collarbones wide. Breathing in, breathing out. Rotate back to the front, gently come up. And that concludes our practice for today. So I appreciate everybody for joining. And if you like my content, please either hit share, subscribe, or like. I appreciate all of the above. And I will be back again. See you soon. Bringing hands together, Anjali Mudra at heart center. Again, just feeling grounded, peaceful. The light within me acknowledges and honors the light within you. Peace. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.